Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm talking about reverse search with tactical arbitrage. Some tools that you may need are Storefront Stalker to help facilitate this. So this is what the main page of tactical arbitrage looks like. I'm going to go to a reverse search. Now there are several different searches that you can do on here. There's a product search, an Amazon flips search, reverse search, a library search, or a wholesale search. With the reverse searches, you're going to input ASINs or UPCs or scrub Amazon's bestsellers to find information. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can do this. So you can import bulk product codes. So we're actually going to do that. A couple of these. A quick search, single or up to 100 ASINs or UPCs, comma separated. Do a quick keyword search, or using Storefront Stalker, scan Amazon bestsellers. So I'm going to show you the different ways to set this part up, and then I'm going to go through the filters for the products. So if you want to use Storefront Stalker, the first thing that you have to do is make sure that your keys are set up properly. So go to settings, and you want to make sure that your MWS keys are set up properly, or tactical arbitrage will not work. And the way to do that is you just have to connect it to your Amazon account. There is a video in the matrix that'll show you how to do that. And there's also some instructions on here. So if tactical arbitrage isn't working properly, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that your MWS keys are set up properly. It's an API for it to talk to Amazon. Real technical. Your other keys, the second thing that you need to do if you're going to use Storefront Stalker is to make sure that your key for Storefront Stalker is set up properly as well, because that won't work if you haven't set those keys up. So I'm going to go back to the reverse search. So if you want to utilize Storefront Stalker, you enable it. Notice how the other options will automatically gray out. And then you're going to go and select a category. So I'll go clothing. You can tell it to start from whatever page you want. You can go to departments, featured categories, and then say baby boys or girls, doesn't matter. And then you can do clothing, and it will go to Amazon storefront and start stalking those ASINs for the baby clothing that I just selected. So you can do this for any of the categories on Amazon. And then the next step would be to put in your parameters. So that's one option. Another is to import a bulk list product codes. So if I go to just regular Amazon.com, and I kind of showed this a little bit yesterday. You have to make sure that your Chrome extension for Storefront Stalker is enabled. Make sure that you log into it. So it depends on what the Chrome extension is. It's either in options or manage extensions, or if you click on this, it'll take you, but make sure that you are logged into Storefront Stalker, and then just go to an area on Amazon that you want to stalk. For example, I can put in Nike, and then I just right click on the little Chrome extension icon for Storefront Stalker and get a list of ASINs from this seller/page. So it's going to tell me it's scanning 7 from 7 pages. I'm going to input this into tactical arbitrage. So I'm going to click on tactical arbitrage. This is going to give it to me in the format that tactical arbitrage accepts. And I can put in here Nike test and then save it. It's going to download here. I can go to show in folder just to see that it's there. Then minimize that, go back to tactical arbitrage, and then upload new file. I don't have to worry about formatting it because Storefront Stalker, since I clicked that I was using it in Tactical Arbitrage, has already put it in the proper format for me. So then I just go to choose file. Computer is a little bit slow. Might be able to drag and drop from over here. Nope, gotta wait for it to come up. So I just upload that, and everything is where it needs to be. So if you do this yourself, you just have to make sure that your columns match up with the designated columns, and then click upload. So now that file that I downloaded from Storefront Stalker is ready to go. So if I was going to do it this way, then I just go down to here, put in my parameters, and start that search. So I showed you how to do it with Storefront Stalker right on Amazon bestsellers and their pages. I've showed you how to do Storefront Stalker using it to import a list. The next one, and I'm going to click off of this one, is if you have a list of UPC codes or anything like that, ASINs, if they are separated by a comma, if you have up to 100 ASINs, you can put them on this line, just copy and paste, and then put in your parameters and run that list. So it's to get a list of bestsellers from Amazon, or if you happen to be on the same listing with someone a couple of times and you want to stalk their storefront to see maybe if they have several products that you're already in competition for, maybe they might have some other ones that are worth getting into. So you can seriously, like if you know someone's store name or you're in the buy box with them, you can click on their name, look at everything that they're selling, and get a list of everything that they're selling and then see where they bought it from. Or you can go to Amazon's bestsellers, any product page like I just did with Nike, and find and put that list in there. And then another one is a quick keyword search if there's a product that you're looking for and you want to know where to find it. So like around Q4, people might use this for those hot toys that are hard to find. They'll do a reverse product search and they'll put the title in here of that product to try and find it. So that's the three different or the four different ways that you can get put the information in there to start. So the next thing that you're going to do, and this is going to be the same for any of these searches that you choose to do. That's why I'm doing it separate after showing you how to do those four parts up there. You put in your sales tax if you have to deal with that. For your removes, and I'm going to go to the matrix real quick. If you go down to member files and you go to sales rank guidelines, we have some sales ranks. So if you guys have if you have no idea where you should start, these are some sales ranks that we recommend. There's anything below this number will do really well. Anything between these two will still sell. Anything over this, you want to buy a couple, test it out, and see how it will sell. So it is the sales rank guideline. It's in the matrix. So it says remove current ranks over. I'll put the push number in here. Remove products if the number of sellers is more than. I'll leave that blank because I'm not looking at the total. I'm looking at Amazon and FBA. With Tactical Arbitrage, they're going to put everyone in the same grouping. So there could be 11 sellers on there, but one of them is Amazon and two of them are FBA, but they're going to count all of them together. So I'll leave that blank, and then I will assess that at the end. All of these other ones, I'm going to leave that alone. Remove if number of reviews is less than. I'll leave that alone because I'm going to look at the frequency to test sales velocity. Some people, if they're looking for a popular product, they might put that in there, but I'm going to leave it blank for this. Remove if rating is lower than, I might say 4, because anything with a rating lower than that, that's going to be a problem. I'm going to leave the rest of these blank. If you use a prep center, you can put in your cost to prep. your profit and ROI. I won't put in the profit, but I'll put in the ROI at 40%. Now, optimal ROI is 50%, but if something has a low enough sales rank and we know that's going to turn quickly, I might sacrifice some of that ROI because I know that it's going to turn quickly. And I'm just putting this in here just to narrow down the list. I'm going to go through and assess it on my own later. So if I put something in here for a 40% ROI and it has a sales rank of 150,000, I'm not going to buy that product. That product's going to get kicked out. But if it has a sales rank of 500 and the ROI is 40, then I might take a closer look at that one. And then I'm going to leave these alone. If you want to give this filter a name, so if this is one that you're going to use for clothes all the time, you can give that a name so you don't have to put this information in. And I'm going to click search and run that list. Now, I have a list that I already ran a couple of days ago in preparation for this. So I'm going to go to that to show you what it looks like. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. If depending on what your settings are, it'll use catch data. So sometimes that'll help it go a little bit faster, and then after the list is complete, you can click to update it. So that might be it. The number of parameters that you put in there, that might make it run a little bit slower. So when I do a normal product search, like I'll just put in those parameters that I discussed. Like I don't feel the need to fill in every single box because that's just more that it has to look at. For example, there was someone who was sourcing for shoes, and they said take out oversized products. That's just one more thing that Tactical Arbitrage has to scan for. So that can take long, the number of pages that you have it to look at. So if you're going to do a big scan, I recommend doing it at nighttime. So when you wake up the next morning, and then doing bursts. And I think we talked about that a little bit. So this is going to be same thing like with a normal product search. Is going to be the link to the website, the image, the price, the adjusted price if you put in those discounts. If it's in stock on the website, the link to Amazon, the Keeple camel information, the picture on Amazon, the category, the ASIN, the UPC on Amazon, the UPC on the website. If it is a match on Amazon, it'll say it right there. Who has the buy box right now? What the buy box price is, your gross profit, your gross ROI, the number of sellers on the listing, the sales rank, when this is last updated. So this is going to tell you if they're using catch data. And I ran this list on the 15th. That's why it's showing the 15th. Any notes, the average 90-day sales rank, estimated monthly sales, reviews, and the ratings. And then it's going to tell you the store that it looked at this information from. If you just click on manage columns and go to source and then click save. Just if you do a reverse search and you don't see anything, make sure that you make the columns visible, because the first time that I went through to do this, it was showing blanks, and then I realized I had to make sure that all of the columns were visible. So here, the source is on Walmart, Bonanza, Kohl's, Macy's, Jet, East Bay. So this can also be another way to follow the rabbit trails and get in and get introduced to some different stores to source at. So if you sell Nike products, Kohl's has them, Macy's has them, East Bay has them. If you haven't sourced at those places before, that can give you an idea of a place to go and get the products from. And I'm going to show you real quick the Tactical Edge, which is this microscope right here. It's going to give you some information on your competition. So up at the top, it's going to have the title, the ASIN, The star rating, the UPC, the EAN, which is the European article number, the buy box price, the sales rank. Sometimes it has the current, sometimes it has the 90-day as well. The estimated monthly sales, the category, the size. Then it's going to have all of the sellers that are selling it, who has the buy box, their rating, their total ratings, if they're FBA, merchant fulfilled, or Amazon, their price in stock. Now, Tactical Arbitrage used to actually try to estimate exactly how much they had in stock, but now if it's over 10, they just say 10 plus. So when how many is working, it might be beneficial to use how many for that purpose.
Yeah, from what how many kind of says, the Amazon API only shows that.
Okay.
So they're trying to figure out a way around to get that.
Mm-hmm. So the number after fees that you're going to make, if you hover over this question mark, it should tell you what the fees are, their gross profit, and their gross ROI. So with the way that a reverse search works, you may not get a lot of information on how profitable it's going to be if you buy it there. It's just to give you an idea of where you can buy it from. So then it's up to you to go and get those discounts to stack it up and try and save money. This is going to give you an idea of where you can find these products and where you can go to get these products from. So this is how a reverse search works, how to use Storefront Stalker to get a list of products to put in. Now there are some times when there are different groups. They'll release the list of ASINs. I know that around Q4, that's a huge time where people do it. Like they'll release the top ASINs in a certain category. I know that we actually had that. We gave it to you guys. I think it was like the top 100,000 ASINs in like several different categories. You can put this in a reverse search and then have a list of stores to go sourcing to find those products. So this is just another way of following the rabbit trails, getting ideas of where to buy products from, thinking outside of the box and coming up with some ideas to do that. So if there are any questions, I'll be happy to take those. If there aren't any questions, we can end this and move on to the next session because I know that we're a tad bit behind. Ike, can you look on the Facebook and see if there are any questions? All right, excellent. Any questions on tactical arbitrage? Any at all? All right, we used to have a software discount. We don't anymore. Alex Moss really wants the software to stand on its own. We're trying to get an extended trial. We're working so hard to try and get it. It's being very difficult lately to do it, but we're working on it. If you were a member of Tactical Arbitrage before they changed the price, and you had the discount code, then you got grandfathered in and you're still paying $85 a month for Tactical Arbitrage. If you don't have it, it is powerful software. If you want to know more about how to use it, let us know. There is a module in the Matrix that's directly from Alex Moss and his team on how to use Tactical Arbitrage. And it's like all the way down here at the bottom. It's right there. There's 14 videos in there. We had a webinar with Chris Grant, and it was very helpful. It's in the Q&A section right here. It's all the way to the bottom where he goes through the different searches within Tactical Arbitrage. Now, the layout is going to be a little bit different because they kind of changed up the functionality, the way that it works since this video was filmed, but it is a very helpful video just to get you up and running. It's only, I think, an hour long, but it is very good information to have. If you want to learn more about Tactical Arbitrage, let us know. Chris Grant said that he would come back and have another webinar with us to demo some of the things that it does, because I know that he works with Alex Moss directly, him and Nate McAllister, to figure out some of these things. So if there aren't any more questions, I'm going to stop this. I do have a basic how-to on how to do a product search. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I'll send that to you.